been feeling the way I've been feeling, and...
I have.
How's it going, Jack Tackers, and welcome back to another video for you guys. Today I'm going to be doing a ranking video of all of the Young Justice seasons from worst to best. So yeah, now that Outsiders has finished up, I thought it'd be appropriate time to do a ranking of all the seasons now that we have 3 full seasons. So without further ado, let's jump on into this. Now, my least favorite season, surprisingly enough, maybe to some people, is Young Justice Outsiders. Now, I definitely want to say right off the bat, I do not hate any of these seasons. Young Justice is an incredible show and one of my favorites of all time. But this season, for me, is definitely my least favorite. Like, this has a distinct difference, obviously because it was a DC Universe original and the first 2 seasons were on Cartoon Network, and basically this season was a lot darker in tone, which if you guys have known me for a while, you know that I enjoy darker tone stuff, but for some weird reason, I just did not like this season. I don't think it worked for Young Justice, the darker tone, the more use of blood and gore, and you know, they did say a few cuss words, not really though, like they said ass and like crap at one point, but it was just kind of awkward and it just felt really strange to me. Not only that, but the story in and of itself. I do think the Outsiders are interesting enough, and I do like most of the new characters, especially Halo. She was one of my favorites this season. And you know, Brion and Tara and, you know, all the rest of the Outsiders, Fred Bug with 2 G's. I enjoyed most of the new cast and the new characters, I should say. So I just thought the story, the way it was structured, because it was, you know, DC Universe original and 3 episodes, I believe, came out each week. It was structured in like a weird cluster, like each cluster, especially towards the beginning of the season, like it would focus on like certain story arcs and bounce all over the place, and it was trying to tie in so many stories, and ultimately the payoff of this season wasn't even that great in my opinion. I mean, they didn't really conclude any of the Darkseid stuff. I mean, Granny Goodness was sort of the villain, I guess, of the season, and they did kind of have a little bit of a conclusion with her, but you know, she's still out there. Darkseid is still out there. Darkseid's been built up since the season 2 finale, and I think that's what people don't understand. And they didn't really wrap up that story. It was hinted in the season 2 finale that Darkseid was gonna be a major part in season 3. And he was, to an extent, but not really. Like, he never came to Earth. He had other people do his work for him, which is a Darkseid thing to do, but still. So that's like a big negative I have with this season, is that the story doesn't, I mean, there is payoffs and certain things that happen in the finale, but not enough for me personally, and that just kind of bothers me a little bit. But I do want to say I do enjoy this season for the most part, but it's definitely got to be my least favorite. So, number 2, I have Season 2, Young Justice Invasion. Now, I actually do enjoy this season a lot more than Outsiders, and I was questioning whether or not I should put it at number 1, but I decided to put it at number 2. But this season, it started off kind of in my opinion. I gotta say that its second half, I should say, and the last few episodes were kind of incredible. Like, I actually really got into the show with this. Like, season 1, I really enjoyed. But season 2, like, the last few episodes, it got me addicted. Like, I started binging and stuff, which, you know, it's obviously good if I start binging it. So I started binging the show in the last, like, few episodes, and I just really, really started to fall in love with the show. And the story for this season, you know, with the Reach and it was more focused on the cosmic side of things, I guess you could say. And we also got a lot of new characters, which was a bit kind of not unsettling, but I was just like, whoa, what's going on? And I was a bit confused. Like, there was so many new characters that were introduced in this first half, which is why I kind of felt like it was stumbling a little bit. Me personally, that's the way I kind of viewed it. And so many new characters like Blue Beetle and, you know, Beast Boy, which I know we did see him a little bit in season 1, but not as Beast Boy. And, you know, there's just so much going on in the introduction of Static and, like, all of these other younger kids that will join the team, because it was kind of like a new generation of the Young Justice team. That's the way I viewed this season, that we got a lot of new, faces showing up on the team. So it did kind of feel like a bit larger scaled than season 1, which I didn't necessarily enjoy that aspect of this season, but I will say that this season really was enjoyable and got me hooked. And the last few episodes, as I previously mentioned, yeah, they were just amazing. And, the ending with Wally's death, like, that was crazy and just so sad, and definitely one of the best moments of the entire series, in my opinion. So, yeah, I really enjoyed this season. Was debating on putting it at number 1, but I gotta be honest, I definitely like season 1 a bit more. So yeah, let's just get into talking about that season. Yeah, at number 1 I have season 1, the OG season. Man, oh man, when I first watched this, I enjoyed it enough, but after everything that's been going on with Invasion and Outsiders and everything that has happened to the characters and stuff, I really started to admire season 1 a lot more than I previously had. Now, I just really love this season. Looking back on it, it's really great, and this team, it was so small scale, and this was just my favorite version of the team, and it wasn't so big as it gets in Invasion and Outsiders, and that's why I like this season. It just feels so small compared to everything, and I really just love the character interactions. That's just what they nail in this season, the character interactions with the team and all the remarks and whelmed. And that's just, I don't know, this season's amazing, and that's really all I can say about it, is that this is a great superhero show, and this season just proves that. And I just really respect it. I do think that the first half of the season is a bit better than its second half, if I had to pick out any negatives, but there really aren't that many when it comes to this season, and it's incredible. I mean, it really is, and I just do think this is the best season of Young Justice. But I mean, yeah, let me know your guys' thoughts. What are your ranking of the Young Justice seasons? And if you guys liked this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up, subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace. Boop.